Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jumping in an Elevator, the podcast where I, Mike, from the last YouTube channel in the universe. Yes, last week it was last YouTube channel on this rock, this planet, but now I'm the last YouTube channel in the universe. All the other channels have been eradicated. It's quite sad. Anyway, I'm the last remaining one, and I talk about things that you want to know more about, but you can't be bothered researching them yourself. I'm putting in work, and you're putting in work by listening to me talk. It's a symbiotic relationship. Yes, biology. Exactly. How are we all doing? I know you're all doing well. I'm not even going to give you a mere second to answer that because I already know the answer. How could you be anything less than good? Special shout out to McKenna. McKenna, I hope your microwave is warming your food throughout. Like, I'm just coming off a dinner that was just like not hitting. Like, it just... My oven is my microwave. It's sick and twisted. I thought that was going to be camp. Me having an oven that does microwave capabilities. I was like, that's so fantastic. I don't need to buy a microwave because the oven does it. But the oven's not spinning around. She is not doing the Kylie Minogue spinning around. I'm spinning around. Such a great song. Oof. Yes. Shout out to Kylie Minogue, the most important Kylie. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, so the microwave is the oven. She doesn't spin. She heats from the Zenta. I don't know what she's doing, but she's not doing it well, basically. And I had curry. And is there anything worse than curry that's warm on the outside and cold in the center? Like, if I wanted to have cold curry, I would just eat it cold. Like, don't tease me with that lukewarm shit. Hot girl summer, more like lukewarm? Stop. End of that story time. Anyway, what's happened this week? Oh, someone's yelling. Sorry, I think someone yelled out, shut up. But I don't know if that was at me. I'm not talking that loud. Yes, we're all in lockdown. If the neighbor just yelled, shut up at me, it's getting weird. That's fan behavior. Anyway, can you pay my bills, my telephone bills? Bills, Destiny's Child? No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's what's happening. We're in LOQDOWNE with the tick upwards. It's camp. What else is there to say? Feeling very much unmotivated. But, you know, it's fun. I'm watching Mission Impossible from the start, all of them. I can let you all know that Mission Impossible 1 is good. Mission Impossible 2, it's not doing what it needed to do. It's got Sandy Newton in there, and we stan. But just the start of the second movie, like, I haven't finished it. I'm just like, it's always a bioweapon. You know what I mean? It's always a bloody bioweapon. Like, come on. Can I just go steal a jewel, Tom? Or stop someone from stealing a jewel? But I'm holding out because I know Mission Impossible 4 onwards is really good. And I've watched those multiple times, so I'm looking forward to that. What else happened this week? I dropped my K-pop playlist on Spotify. Having a real big K-pop era, but it's not new. Like, I've been listening to K-pop probably like a couple of years now, but this last month and a half, I just really got into it, and I feel like I know everyone that I need to know. Of course, there are more groups that people are telling me about, which is fantastic. So if you have recommendations for K-pop groups that I need to be listening to, please send them through, and I'll add some to the playlist. Like, I'm always making the playlist longer. It's at 80-something songs, 81 songs. I've got it right in front of me because I was just streaming. It's true, I'm not a fraud. I don't need no frauds. I don't need no drama when you call. Yeah, Nikki did what she needed to do on that. What Mission Impossible failed to do, Mission Impossible 2, Nicki Minaj did on No Frauds. Discuss. Interesting point. I agree. Yeah. Nicki Minaj is just, she's ethereal. What would I do without Nicki Minaj? Like, she's the pink print, you know what I mean? Also, I uploaded a long form video. Everybody moved. No, actually everyone did move because the video is doing really good, which is fun. I was like, I was stressing out because I was like, the girlies aren't going to eat this up. But they had second servings and we love that. So If you've watched my recent video, thank you for watching. I had a big fun time making that one. And I'm actually feeling very inspired to do YouTube. Like, I just go in waves of like being really into it, and times I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do this right now, but it's my job, so I have to do it, which is fine. Not everything that you do for money has to be fun all the time. You just got to pay the bills. Ugh, you know what I mean? Dream job. Who really has a dream job? Who dreams of working? But then if the work doesn't feel like work and it's just fun, which is what this last video felt like, then maybe I am the winner. Da-da-da-da-dum. McDonald's theme song. BTS McDonald's pack. I want it. I want it. Just because I want the purple packaging, but apparently in Australia you don't even get the purple packaging when you get the BTS meal. Sick and twisted. Anyway, yeah, so that was a 30-minute video, and the next one's probably going to be around the same, if not longer maybe. I've got a solid idea, and I'll be working on it all of this week. Super excited. Oh, it's going to be good. You know, when you just like, you think that like this video is going to hit, I think it's going to hit. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And even if it doesn't hit, I think it'll be fun for the people that watch it, if you know what I mean. I think the people that watch it will enjoy it, but we shall see. Hopefully it'll be up sometime end of this week or in the next weekend. So for this episode of the podcast, I wanted to talk about, there's a phrase that I use. Correlation does not imply causation. If you've watched any of my recent YouTube videos, you're probably like, why does he keep saying that? It's because I stick to one phrase at a time. That's a lie. I would say one phrase goes above all the other ones in my brain. Always got phrases flying around. But that one is the one for the moment. And it comes from statistics and mathematics. Correlation does not imply causation. That's when you have like two variables that appear to be linked, but they're not actually linked. Trying to think of an example. I mean, I can't really think of one right now off the top of my head, but like if you have variable X and variable Y, and then variable X, something happened, like there's a trend, and then variable Y has the same trend or very similar trend, high coefficient, but the two things aren't actually related, even though they look like they're related. So I think one of the famous examples is ice cream sales and then murders. Like they correlate closely, but it doesn't mean that they're caused. Like X doesn't cause Y. Ice cream sales do not cause murders. Unless next time on MicsMike extended videos. Maybe we'll do a video on that. That could be the moment. So we're going to talk about that. And I've got some really fun graphs that we're going to look at. Also, I want to talk about Meryl Streep. I Googled Meryl Streep fun facts. So we're going to have fun with that. Also, I want to tell a tennis citrus warning story. And I also wanted to do some Mission Impossible discussion from Mission Impossible 1, which was released like either 96 or 94, which makes it either 25 or 27 years old, which is potentially too much to think about. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like, I'm thinking, but at what cost? Loud cars. Why are there loud cars going past? Where are you going? We're in lockdown. You're driving 5Ks at that speed and you get there in 2 seconds. Move on. Anyway, so let's talk about Meryl Streep first, and then we'll talk about the graphs, everything like that. So, this website is telling me that I can't go on it because I have an ad blocker. Well, Bessie, I used to be a website developer. I don't know how to get around your crusty pages. While I'm doing that, if you're viewing this podcast, you might be like, what's happening with the lights behind him? Let me just tell you that I rediscovered that my lights can put themes, like you can pick a theme. So I put it on fireplace mode, but you can see it's kind of giving fireplace, but then one of the tiles just like flashes randomly for no reason. So it just looks, it doesn't look good, but I thought it just really adds to the vibes. Like not everything that you're looking at a particular time needs to be perfect. Is that tea? Okay. 14 things you probably didn't know about Meryl Streep. Tell me, let's go. Meryl Streep's first name is actually Mary. I screamed. Meryl is a nickname her father gave her. One of my besties, her name is Meryl with 2 R's. So I always spell Meryl with 2 R's. So when I see Meryl Streep has 1 R in Meryl, I'm like, you're wrong for that. Where's your second R? You're lacking in the R department, Miss Streep. Mary Streep. It just doesn't have the same ring. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. Mary Streep. Mary Streep sounds like a street, like Mary Streep Street. You wouldn't have Meryl Streep Street. Meryl Streep Street is just, there's too much going on in that. Mary Streep Street, 100%. It'd be like Mary Streep Circuit, Mary Streep Lane. Mary Streep Place, ooh, yeah. And it'd be like a suburb that rich people live in, 100%, please. Mary Streep Place, oh, that'd be like Toorak vibes if you're in Victoria, or like Peppermint Grove vibes if you're in Western Australia. Streep was a cheerleader and high school. Hello? She was a cheerleader and high school. Meryl Streep was a high school? That's crazy. Oh my God, guys. Did you know that Meryl Streep was a high school? And she was born and raised in New Jersey. I love this like grammar. This is everything that I requested when I searched Meryl Streep facts. Streep was a cheerleader in high school and she was born and raised in New Jersey. Those things are not related. And she also wasn't a high school. I think they meant in. Did no one edit this? Anyway. Streep has won multiple Grammy Awards and has been nominated for 21 Oscars. Remember that the title of this article is 14 Things You Probably Didn't Know About Meryl Streep. Did you know that she has won multiple Grammy Awards and has been nominated for 21 Oscars? Did you know that? That's crazy. And that's the end of the facts? What? Here we go. She's married to a sculptor. Girl boss moves. 2 of her daughters are also actresses. How have I never heard of them? The daughters' names are Mamie Gummer, Grace Gummer, and Louisa Gummer. Which ones act and which one doesn't? Imagine being the one that doesn't act. Streep has an advanced degree from an Ivy League university. What's an MFA? Master of Fine Arts? Ooh, from Yale School of Drama. That seems like a big deal. US girlies, let me know in the comments. Is that a big deal that Meryl has an MFA from Yale School of Drama? Streep, who has appeared in musical movies like Mamma Mia and Into the Woods, trained in opera as a teen. I believe it. I didn't know it, but I believe it. She's got pipes. Nominated for 5 Grammy Awards. Before she was in film, she was in many plays and musicals. Correlation does imply causation. Her first film role was in the 1977 movie Julia. Wait, Julia? And then Julia, the cooking movie? I want to watch that again. Amy Adams, Meryl Streep. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. The first major award she won was an Emmy for her performance in a 1978 miniseries, Spill. She's been nominated for 21 Academy Awards. This is a fun fact. Streep has been known to go all out when getting into character. Stream All Out by KDA. Isn't All Out the name of the EP? Let me check. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. Even though that's Pop Stars, which is a single and not on All Out. On All Out, we have The Baddest. More. How does that go? No, I've got Pop Stars on the brain. More. I know, but I don't know. Villain. Yes, Drum Go Dumb. I'll show you. All bangers. Go listen to it. They're all on the K-pop playlist, which I'll be linking in the comments. Great. So I think that's all the Meryl Streep facts. How fun. Thanks for that. Now I want to talk about these charts. So it's from a website called tylervegan.com. And it seems like there's a guy who collected a bunch of data sets and then put them on this website and made a whole bunch of charts. And you can generate your own charts, which is so cool. And I wasn't going to talk about it on the podcast because I was like, I don't want to just like put this on here when people can just go on the website themselves. And I felt bad. But then I read his thingy and he says you can use it for anything. Like you can talk about it. It's Creative Commons attribution license. So you can put them anywhere. But he just asks if you can say where you got them from. So these are all from tylervegan.com. tylervigen.com. So here's a fun example. Number of people who drowned by falling into a pool correlates with films Nicolas Cage appeared in. So I thought something fun that we could do is we could go through and try and work out what the third variable is. Or like, obviously it's not going to be right, but like a variable that could link those two things together. Number of people who drowned by falling into a pool and films Nicolas Cage appeared in. So I think the story here is that people watched Nicolas Cage films and then they were just so shook by it they fell in the pool, maybe? I don't know. Per capita cheese consumption. Okay, what is with all people dying? Per capita cheese consumption correlates with number of people who died by becoming tangled in their bed sheets. Tangled is such a good movie. No, that's not relevant. I need to calm down. People who died by becoming tangled in their bed sheets and cheese consumption. I would say they had stomach problems because they ate so much cheese. Cheese is good, but like at what cost, you know? Like I have oat milk and I have coconut yogurt and I don't consume dairy in any form except for cheese. But I just can't quit cheese. Like I haven't found a good substitute for cheese. Like I would say coconut yogurt is fantastic and tastes better than normal yogurt. And then oat milk is better than normal milk, in my opinion. But cheese, find me a good fake cheese and I'll stream the fake cheese. Then we have divorce rate in Maine is correlated with the per capita consumption of margarine. By the way, per capita means per person. I remember I used to think it was like per like capital city vibes. I would say that someone in the marriage is just consuming so much cheese. Not related. Margarine. Maybe they're consuming cheese as well. I feel like consumption of cheese and consumption of margarine would actually kind of go together. Yeah, maybe correlation does imply causation. So I would say someone's eating a lot of margarine. The other person asks them to quit it. Stop eating the margarine. A, because it's expensive, because you only buy the expensive shit and you eat it all so quickly. I have a story time about that. And also, maybe it's making you a little bit unhealthy. Back to my story time. So, I periodically like bread. I don't always like bread. Famously, one of my first scandals as a YouTuber was saying that I don't like bread. I got so many angry DMs. People being like, how the fuck can you not like bread? And I stand by it. Like, I'm not a big bread stan. Like, I don't go out of my way to consume bread unless I do. One time I bought this stone-baked bread from the shop and it was still warm when I bought it. And I was like, and then I got home, got my expensive butter and went to town. I ate so much. I ate half a loaf of bread and I ate so much butter because salted butter, I was eating the bread as a vessel for the butter. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes that's what you need to do as a person on this rock. You just got to eat salted butter. Salted butter is just, it's just not talked about enough. You know? Here's one. Age of Miss America is correlated with murder by steam, hot vapors, and hot objects. Well, isn't it just getting weird? Worldwide non-commercial space launches is correlated with sociology doctorates awarded in the United States. Yeah. Seeing that and reading that, I'm like, honestly, it makes sense. Correlation does imply causation. Per capita consumption of mozzarella cheese correlates with civil engineering doctorates awarded. As an engineer, any opportunity for me to say that, I love saying that. As a qualified engineer, as someone with a master's degree in mechanical engineering and thus an engineer, as an engineer by trade and by study, even though I haven't worked in engineering for a while, as an engineer, this makes sense. I love mozzarella cheese because why? Correct, I'm Italian. Don't forget it, please. I'm Lady Gaga in that sense. I'm just an Italian girl from New York and I love mozzarella cheese. Part of the cheese is that I can't quit. Hashtag I can't quit cheese. And I feel like engineers liking mozzarella cheese would check out. Yeah, especially the Italian engineers, of which I am part of. Because as an Italian engineer, I like engineering and mozzarella cheese. Letters in winning word of National Spelling Bee correlates with number of people killed by venomous spiders. That gives me pause. That's one of my new favourite sayings, by the way. That gives me pause. Pause up. I'm just interested by how many letters are in the winning word. It's like 15 letters. Name a word that has 15 letters. Wait. Words with 15 letters. ASAP. Here we go. If you haven't been able to come up with one, I'll give you some. Procrastination. Personification. Ooh, another thing. I love saying the something occasion of something. So like when Rina Sawayama announced that she was going to be in John Wick 4, that's the triple threatification of Rina Sawayama. Me starting to do video essays is the video essification of MicsMike. Feel free to make your own. Next video, I actually had a title with that in it. I don't know if I'm going to use it. We shall see. Time will tell. So procrastination, personification, characteristics, desertification. Oh, these words are long. Rumpelstiltskin. Ain't that a person? What is a Rumpelstiltskin? Is that not the man? The Christmas man. The man who hated Christmas. That's the Grinch, bitch. Methamphetamine. Accomplishments. Acknowledgeable. Americanization. Spill. The Americanization of MicsMike's YouTube content. As in when people from America upload videos with very similar content. But it does better. What does that mean for society? Acknowledgement. Acclimatization. Maneuverability. Rationalization. Bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. That's a bitchin' word. Like, that's hot. That's hot. Bioluminescence. That's a hot word. Insubordination. Ooh. The Mission Impossible of it all. Excommunication. Confidentiality. Internalization. Misappreciation. Anticoagulation. Yeah. 15-letter words, I would say big fan. Overall, big fan. Lots happening. Lots of exciting things happening. I would say big words in general. You could say that because they've got more letters, there's more happening. Thus, you get more of a story from them. Like, how does the word "and" compare with the word "discombobulated," which has 15 letters, by the way? Like, how can you compete when you can't compare? You know what I mean? Like, it would be rude to do so. Money spent on movie theatre admission is correlated with rain? I mean, that might make sense, because if the girls are precipitating and you can't be outside like running or like playing games with lads, then maybe you're going to the movies. I reckon this is an old statistic. It would have been from the 2000s or like the 90s. So if it's like a rainy day and you don't have Netflix because it's the 2000s, and maybe you don't have a good DVD player, you might just be like, I'm going to go to the movies. I want that popcorn. I want that Malteser, singular. And then you go to the movies. So that makes sense. We just cracked the case. That's crazy. Let's go to the next page. Apparently there's 30,000 pages. I might go page 30. Just see what we come up with. ASAP. Ooh. Per capita consumption of fish correlates with cost of potato chips. Per capita consumption of fish correlates with cost of potato chips. I guess it depends on what kind of potato chip per se. If it's a thick chip that you get with fish and chips, hello fish, hello chip. Together, what do they make? Fish and chip. Correct. If it's like a crisp, I don't know where this person's from who got these statistics, because I feel like in the States, don't you call it crisps, or is that in Europe, crisps? Who calls it chips? I call it chips, but sometimes people get weirded out when I say chips and I'm talking about crisps. Anyway, it feels like the other one, like crunchy, Red Rock Deli delicious, sweet chili chip. Like if it's like that doesn't really make sense that it'd be correlated with consumption of fish. Number of people killed by hornets is correlated with people who died by falling out of their chair. How do they get that statistic? How do they know that? Like if I fell out of my chair and died, who's going to come and say that? How do they know? You know what I mean? Ugh. I'm trying to get one that doesn't involve someone dying. Where are the ones that don't involve dying? Here we go. Average honey produced per bee colony is inversely correlated with per capita consumption of cheese. So more honey produced means less cheese consumed? I would have thought the other way. The girlies are loving like a grazing board right now, aren't they? They love a little bit of cheese with a little bit of honey to dip their cheese in. Ew, actually. Something to think about. This is the banger. Per capita consumption of cheddar cheese specifically is inversely correlated with murders by bodily force. The girlies eating more cheese are less likely to murder with bodily force. As a society, I think we need to talk about that. Total revenue generated by arcades correlates with lawyers in the United States. That's interesting because I would have thought that it'd just keep going up because it's like arcades and then lawyers, more people, more lawyers, more people going to arcades. But I would say arcades kind of fell off. Arcades low-key fell off. I haven't heard any new singles from arcades. No one's talking about arcades. Like they low-key fell off. Stream arcades new single. I would have said that it would start going down around the mid-2000s, but that is just simply not the case. The revenue was going up. And the lawyers actually started going down around 2008, 2009. So the peak number of lawyers in the States was in 2007, 2008. What happened? Wait, the recession? Was that 2008, 2009? Not me showing my age. Ew. Imagine being in high school during the recession. That's me. That's embarrassing. Visitors to Disneyland Paris correlates with murders by sharp object. I've been to Disneyland Paris. Wait, have I been to Disneyland Paris? Am I just talking shit right now? No, I have been to Disneyland Paris. Because I remember... Okay, I remember now. This is around the time... Do you remember the Italian story? Not the Italian tour, the other Italian story when I got food poisoning and nearly died on the plane. You know, that one. On that trip, we went to Disneyland Paris and I remember I was in line for a roller coaster and it was the Indiana Jones roller coaster, and I am famously not someone who does well on roller coasters. So I was like, let's just do the chill ones. And this apparently was the chill one. So we went and lined up. And then someone came out and their friend was like, how was it? And they were like, oh, it was fantastic. It did the loop-de-loop. And I was like, pause. Hold on. Rewind the track. Loop-de-loop, bitch. No one told me about that. Turned out there was a section that you couldn't see from the line where it went upside down. And I was like, it's over. But we'd lined up for half an hour and I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. And I was like, I just wasted 30 minutes of my short time on this rock waiting in line for the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland Paris. I'm not going to not go on the ride. So I went on the ride and it was scary. It was scary. I shat my pants. Not literally, figuratively, emotionally. I spiritually and emotionally shat my pants. So yeah, that was fun. I've also been to Disneyland Tokyo, now that I think about it. No, I've been to Tokyo Disney Sea, not Disneyland. Maybe next time I'll do Disneyland. Disney Sea, and that's where I met Remy from Ratatouille. That was camp. The Japanese tour vlog on my channel, we don't need to pretend that it wasn't the moment. Because it was the moment. That's such a good vlog. Like, don't get it twisted. I watch that probably once every 2 months. I go back and watch it because it's so much fun. The algorithm hated it though because I had copyrighted music in it. Next thing I wanted to talk about was the tennis story. So I was thinking about my tennis era. Since I'm in lockdown, I've been thinking about the things that I can't do in lockdown, such as go play tennis. Not that I would be playing tennis anyway because I have a curse. What curse? Mike, tell us what the curse is. The curse is if I play tennis with you, you leave the state. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I was thinking about this. Or like you leave the city. Like the place you're living, or we're living at the same way. The place where we're playing tennis. So for example, back in the Zay, I was playing tennis like every weekend. Comp tennis. I know, that's right. And then in uni, I wasn't playing comp tennis anymore, but I'd still meet up with my friend Jake and we'd play tennis. Anyway, he moved to Broome, which is not easily accessible from Perth. That's like a 5-hour plane trip or something. So he left, departed. I moved to Melbourne. I was friends with this girl and we played tennis. And then she moved back to Perth. Sick and twisted. So I was 2 for 2. Lost tennis partners. Then one of my besties from dance class, turns out she also plays tennis, and we went and played tennis. She steamrolled me. Turns out she was training for the fucking, I don't know, basically the Olympics. She was so bloody good. And she left the state, went to another state. So now I'm 3 for 3, cursed tennis player partner. So if you would like to leave Victoria, play tennis against me and you will be cursed to leave. So that can give you an avenue out if you need one. And during my tennis era in high school, there's like a few things that happened that I remember, such as me losing a lot, me getting really puffed, me randomly playing really good once every few months. I just like fucking come out swinging and then just like do like a sliding serve or like down the line ace, and then just like some really hard shots. I was getting it done on some days, not all days. Definitely not all days. Oof. But then another thing that I remembered was the time that, so as part of the competition that we did, you had to drive around to different clubs because not everyone would be going to the same club every week, which makes sense. So sometimes people would come to our club, other times we'd have to drive to another club. And I remember we used to carpool, and there was this one time that, I'm not going to give it names, so it doesn't even matter that I'm going to say this. Someone in the team had severe diarrhea. Yes. It was very funny, like teenage boys, aged 13 to 15, one of them gets severe diarrhea. That's funny as fuck. Sorry to say. Diarrhea is funny. Yeah, I'm 25. Diarrhea is funny. No, it's not so funny anymore. Actually, no, it is funny. But not like clinical dangerous diarrhea. What the hell's clinical dangerous diarrhea? The type where you have to go to hospital because it's so bad. That's not funny. Maybe it is. No, it's not funny. Anyway, so one of the team members had severe diarrhea, and it turned out it's because he ate a lot of citrus for breakfast and nothing else. And then his stomach was like, that's a no-no. And then he just absolutely blew it up at this tennis court. Not on the tennis court, at the tennis club toilets. So that's fun. Yeah, I want to get one of my nails done. Like, I want to get like a fun thing on it. I don't know why I just segued into that. I think I just because I saw my hand and I was like, yeah, I want to get my nails done. I want to get like a fun, cool nail situation done. I think I'm in my cyberpunk era. The cyberpunkification of MicsMike. It's true. It's true. Mission Impossible fun facts. If it's, okay, we're going to play a game. If the fact is not fun, I end the podcast. If the fact is fun, we do an additional fact. These are 16 feasible facts about the Mission Impossible movies. Feasible? What's a feasible? Apple paid $15 million to have their personal computers in the first movie. $15 million? What the fuck? In 1996? It's going down, I'm yelling timber. The money was also used for print and TV ads, and Apple launched an online game related to the movie. Maybe that's somewhat related to my next YouTube video. I didn't say anything though. The The company claimed that the 1996 agreement was the first partnership between a studio and a major high-tech firm to promote a movie. Is that exciting of a thing to share? But the fact about the $15 million is fun. Sir Ian McKellen turned down the role of Swanbeck in Mission Impossible 2, which I'm watching now. Swanbeck is the old crusty man. I don't know if he's crusty yet. He hasn't done anything wrong. Everyone in the movie is crusty except for Thandie Newton. Robert Towne was still writing the script for the sequel after filming had been completed. That is so sick and twisted. After needing to write around the big action sequences that were already filmed, the screenwriter was repeatedly flown in to continue rewriting the script during filming. Oh my god. Why is that happening? If I was him, I would have just keyworded quit. Scarlett Johansson, Kenneth Branagh, Carrie-Anne Moss and Ricky Gervais were all slated to star in Mission Impossible 3. Side note, Ricky Gervais, I cannot mentally distinguish him from Piers Morgan. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't know what it is. They don't even look similar. Do they even go in the same circles? No. But in my head, they are the same person. So when I see one name, I think of the other one. But it just might be because I've conditioned myself that way. Similar to how when I hear 21 Savage, I think about Mario from Mario Odyssey. Or when I see a Nintendo Switch, I think about 21 Savage. Are we going to unpack that? No, we're not going to unpack that. Cruise met Katie Holmes when she auditioned to play his fiancée. Well. Paramount's promotion for the third movie led to panic and destruction. Even if this is not interesting, I'm going to end on this one because this sounds interesting. They placed digital audio players that played the Mission Impossible theme song when the doors to 4,500 random vending boxes containing copies of the Los Angeles Times were opened. When some of the players came loose and landed on top of stacks of newspaper visible to anyone walking by or opening the boxes, they were confused for bombs. Oh my god. One newsstand was blown up by the Los Angeles County Arson Squad for precautionary reasons. The drama, the clicks, views, and engagement. Whoa. That's crazy. Basically, babes, I'll let you know what happens with the Mission Impossible rewatch. After that, I think I'm going to do Tomb Raider. Just doing all the action girlies. Depends how long the lockdown is, to be honest. If the lockdown ends when it's supposed to end, I think I'll probably just get through the Mission Impossibles. If it gets extended, I will A, scream, and B, watch all the Tomb Raider movies, which I don't think there are that many. What's the other thing I wanted to mention? I think I wanted to talk about the giant pimple on my face, but I don't know why that was so pressing that it needed to be discussed. Basically, I have a giant pimple on my face, and I'm trying so hard not to pick it because I have a track. Famously, I pick the pimples on my face, and I come up with giant scabs in the videos, and everyone's like, "What's on your face?" It's a pimple that I picked. Okay, the pimplification of Mike's face. But yeah, there's a giant pimple on my chin, and I tried to cover it up before I started filming this, and I was like, I'm going to put the concealer on. Yeah, I'm a makeup guru. What about it? Mani moi is shaking. And I put the concealer on there, and it was like fucking sandpaper. It was like, and it was so, the color did not match, so I had to wash it off. It was not the moment. But I sometimes put concealer under my eyes when I'm filming because I look really tired all the time because I am tired. Oh, my neck just cracked. It's getting weird. But yeah, I put concealer under my eyes when I'm filming, and I think it looks good. So I was like, I'm just going to put it on the pimple to hide the evidence. I tried to lie, and I was called out for the lies by the sandpaper dryness of my chin skin. Not chin skin. Bye. I have to end this podcast episode. As usual, thank you all for listening. Be sure to check out the new YouTube video, as in the one from a few days ago, about the music girlies from YouTube. And the next one, I don't know if the next one will be out before the next podcast episode because I plan on putting the podcast episode up earlier than usual, but we shall see. Anyway, thank you all for listening, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye.